Welcome back to Tax Tales. I'm glad that you're here. Today, we're going to talk about when taxes are due and whether or not you should file an extension. I think an extension is one of the most misunderstood tax tools during every tax season. Individual returns are due on April 15th each year. Unless that date falls on a federal holiday, then it's due the next business day. It's really important to note that an extension gives you an additional amount of time to file, not an additional time to pay. So if you owe money, interest and penalties will still apply after the deadline. I can tell you when Mina hears the word extension, she thinks it's time to take a nap, but the IRS doesn't. So there's some benefits to filing an extension. It can protect you from mistakes. Filing an extension gives you time to gather all your documents and file accurately. A correct return is always going to beat a fast return every time, especially if you're missing W-2s, 1099s, K-1s. One of those missing items can trigger IRS notices. So before you file, you want to be sure you have all of your information. Paying double the tax prep fee to have an amended return later, it just doesn't make sense. So if you need an extension, let's get you an extension. It also gives you additional time to plan. This isn't for panic. An extension doesn't mean that you're ignoring your taxes, but it means you're creating space to make smarter decisions. Sometimes the extra time can help with cash flow planning, payment options, or making sure that all your deductions and credits are handled in the right way. So I want you to know an extension is not a red flag, it's a planning tool. Extensions can be helpful only when they're used correctly. That is one of today's tax tales. If you benefited from this information and thought that it was useful, give us a thumbs up or a like. If you want to be sure that you don't miss future episodes of Tax Tales, please click the subscribe button.